Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your end of January 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So those of you who are very late degree of Capricorn, happy birthday. I was going to say Capricornius. I don't know why. It just came into my mind. So anyway, we do have a full moon coming up next week, and that is at 8 degrees or 9 degrees of Leo. And Leo is your 8th house, if I'm not mistaken. It should be. So if you're born between 0 and 8 degrees of Capricorn, or 9 degrees of Capricorn, this will likely be in your 8th house and be a very an emotional type of situation, maybe like a release, a letting go of a lot of things that have been beneath the surface, maybe that needed to come up, maybe secrets being revealed. For the rest of you, and this is going to be the vast majority, this will be in your 7th house of committed partnership. Now, in both of these cases, you could have, these kinds of secrets or these kinds of emotional things happening with your relationship. Even the 8th house, it could indicate relationship issues, secrets, things that you kept or the other person kept, and now the emotions are really engaged at a deep level. But even with the 7th house, in a positive sense, some people who maybe are living together say, I want to be married in a traditional way. I do want that. I see that as even a greater show of our togetherness. So it can be different depending on your particular situation, but have like a romantic connotation in some instances. Oh, hello. 10 of Cups. This is a card of marriage. So there. Oh, wow. Sun card. That's very good for love. Wow. Okay, this card they're very hard to pick up. And there's also a Mercury retrograde. Where is that happening for you? That is happening in the 12th house. No, is it the 2nd house? Mercury retrograde. So something with your money coming up. Maybe there's, make sure anything, the check's in the mail, make sure it really is in the mail. Anything that is coming to you, a paycheck or what have you, but no, if something gets lost, know that it will be found within a few weeks. Okay, so the heart of the matter is the 10 of Cups, which is a card of family joy and marriage. The pot at the end of the rainbow, maybe that's why they have all these different colors to represent the rainbow, which represents happily ever after and that kind of thing. Now we talk about happily ever after in books and almost like it's a fantasy. But when you feel like you have found the person that you're meant to be with, some people have said that it feels like their life has just begun, that everything was leading up to that moment. And this can be like your second marriage or a mature type of love relationship. It doesn't have to be when you're in your 20s or anything like that. So in general, this card is very much about something that makes not only you happy, but those around you, your loved ones, happy. So maybe even like a career, like what do you call it? Like some kind of promotion or something, and maybe you get more money and your family is reaping the rewards of that as well. In the past position, we have the Sun card, which is a card that is kind of like a card that represents all good things. Success, prosperity, love is a big one with this card. Honors, which is really important, I think, to Capricorn as well. Not just, money, but you want to believe, you like to feel that you have honor, that you have value in your place in the world. You represent the 10th house, which is the top of the chart. Your place in this world, in this society, and feeling that sense of honor. It's not just like getting your ego going. It really is the sense of like, this is where I belong, and I want to achieve that. And so that can feel very gratifying when you get that kind of recognition from the outer world. But something about that rubs off on those around you, and it's a very happy time. The number 10 is a number of completion, but also a number of, what is that word? Attainment. So it's like attaining that goal. And this is on the emotional level. The higher message is the Father of Swords. And this is that sense of maybe, almost like a Buddhist thing, like the reason you got to this place was you did not allow your emotions to get the best of you. Not that Capricorn is a very emotional sign unless you have other indications in your chart. But anybody, everyone is human. So that I think that the older I get, the more I think that people's emotions hold them back more than any other factor, that they allow themselves to get too wrapped up in their emotional reactions, and then they stop pursuing their goals. And also in relationships, not having proper emotional self-regulation can really do people in as well, and that sort of thing. And so having that detachment has served you well. And with that full moon, for those of you, it's going to affect perhaps your 8th house, the earlier Capricorns. This can be also accompanied by, in some cases, even like breaking an addiction that the person has. And when that's the case, the person feels a lot more in control of their life and their emotions. What crosses you is represented by the 9 of Wands in the challenge position. So, as I say with the Mercury retrograde, watch out for somebody from the past to come into your life. So if you have been dealing, I always talk about a narcissist, because these are the kinds of people that do play these kinds of games, where they go and then they come back and then they go away again. And when they go away, they trigger those feelings of abandonment in the people who are very vulnerable to that. And then they come back into the picture when you've gotten your life together. So if that, if you're nodding your head right now and that's kind of a pattern that you've gotten into, and if they find out that you're engaged to be married, or you're involved with somebody and they know that this is the love of your life, they may come back. They may try to love bomb you, try to suck you into that old pattern. When you least expect it and you let your defenses down, that person can try to worm their way back into your life. Now, this can also play out in other scenarios, even like in workplace situations. So be careful of anyone who may be behind the scenes. Well, I don't know if it would be behind the scenes. They may come straight to your face and are trying to perhaps, I don't know if I would say, get into your good graces. And this would be somebody who you had that you were dealing with, who, wasn't a good situation, and you discerned that it wasn't, and you said, okay, I'm going to keep it at arm's length of this person, and maybe they come back, and you trust them. One thing about the 9 of Wands is this is a card of boundaries, like in the upright position. So not having strong enough boundaries can do you in if you're, and you have like a lot of good stuff happening on the top level. So keeping those strong boundaries, not too much that you're shutting people out, but where people come out of the woodwork, when they hear about all of the good stuff that is happening to you and they want a piece of it. That could be another thing too, that they want a piece of it. And so what is coming in is the death card, and that's also the eighth house is the card of death. So death does not mean, although look at this. Look at how crazy that looks. It looks like, oh my gosh. This is a card of some kind of ending in your life that is, as I said, with the eighth house, to let go of, and for a new cycle to emerge. And you just had your solar return and all of that, and the back in December there was a solar eclipse in your 12th house in Sag. So that may have kind of started the ball rolling of some of those old ghosts and getting, letting go of some defeating, self-defeating patterns. Same thing with having Pluto in your own sign. Pluto is one of the rulers of that eighth house, and rulers of Scorpio, and is associated with death and destruction. And welcoming it into your life, not being afraid of, letting go of things that aren't serving you anymore. The outcome, let's see. I've been getting this card a lot, the Eight of Wands, and you see that kind of lightning strike, because it can be like your career just like heating up in a moment's notice. Although with the Sun card, that might already be in play, but just even more so that it just taking it to a new level. You have to be ready for all of the things that are coming your way, not being too slow on the uptake to take advantage of some wonderful opportunities and things like that. Don't this has something to do with all of those planets that are crowding into your second house of earned income. I don't know, did I do I might have already done the astrological forecast for February. I still have some of those to do, but you can check my channel, because I will be talking more about those in the astrology part of it if I haven't already. But this is a very positive reading, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like a personal reading, please click on the link below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.